It's time for us to welcome a very renowned gentleman. He's an author, philanthropist, and more than everything, ladies and gentlemen, the developer investor. He knows where to invest, where to suggest people to invest to have the best returns. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the ever-smiling gentleman, the one, of course, who knows how to win hearts. Let's put our hands together for Angelo Rajesh Athade.
A lot of things are moving in the digital space also. A lot of crowd pooling is happening in terms of digital currency and being invested into real estate. Does that really work, or it's all in the air?
India is yet not recognized it. I don't think so they will recognize it for a long time to come, because a currency which is not controlled by the government is considered as a very dangerous currency, man-created currency. You need to have a government backing the mode of transaction, which is very important. So people who believe in digital currency deal in the digital currency. But in our country, the government doesn't recognize it. It is not considered as legal. So I think it's a long way to go till that happens. But a lot of things are changing. We will see some changes in the coming 1 decade. For the moment, it's a complete no-no to digital currency.
What's the role of brand ambassador for a real estate project? So, you have Bollywood actors endorsing. So, instead of spending on the site, on the product, at times you also see a lot of spend being made to a brand ambassador. Now, comparing to a consumer product or a biscuit or a soap where, probably the buying behavior may get influenced, what do you think personally is the role of a brand ambassador in terms of influencing the buyer's behavior decision?
Also, like in real estate, customer acquisition has become a very expensive cost. When I say expensive, it does not only mean the lead generation or a site visit. What I mean by expensive is the time taken to sell the inventory by doing the right kind of marketing, capturing the right type of leads, converting them into customers. This country is ruled by two types of stalwarts. One is from the film industry, second is from the cricketing fraternity. So if you engage one of these two people, your project gets talked about and it gets visibility. There is a lot of virality that happens. You become very known to the market. Now, a lot of other factors will depend on the success of your project. But your project gets known without actually spending for the marketing. Like, I'll give you an example. A Shah Rukh Khan would charge you 4 crores for a day without his media. What do I mean without his media is the 150 million followers that he has. And the same Shah Rukh Khan will charge you 12 crores with his media. So what basically happens is, I might take Amitabh Bachchan as my brand ambassador, but then if I don't have a budget to distribute that ad to the world through newspapers or news channels or social media, that is an ad only which I see. It's like making a movie for my personal family. Nobody else is seeing it. So your ad and your communication needs to get distributed. So today, the influencers have also become creators. So they take your message to the world at a fraction of a cost rather than buying expensive media.
If at all a brand ambassador is to be chosen, what kind of brand ambassador? Should it be an entertainer? Should it be someone from the field, a technical guy? Or who really should be the brand ambassador in your opinion, for a real estate project?
It depends on what kind of a product are you doing. Like, for example, I have taken the services of Suzanne Khan on 3 of my projects. Now for me, she is not only a brand ambassador, but she is a technically qualified person as a designer. A designer is somebody who adds more aesthetics to the project rather than just utilization of the FSI, which an architect does extremely well. So they design the project and make it pretty looking for the audience to buy. So I feel if you want to distinguish yourself from the rest of the people, it is the touch of the artist which will create that difference. It will be that extra feeling that the customer would want to buy that product and be a part of that community. Ultimately, who made your product matters a lot. The difference between a Maruti and a Mercedes is Mercedes, right? I love to say this, that the whole world works for Mercedes without they paying you a salary. Because the dream of every man in his life is, one day I will buy a Mercedes. So they are all working hard, earning money, saving money so that they can buy the Mercedes car in their life. Similarly, everybody wants to buy a branded product, and that is the theme of a developed country, it is taking shape in a developing country. So it will matter. In the developed states, in Europe, it is a footballer who brings the attention. In India, it is a cricketer who brings the attention. And lots of times, the profile of the cricketer passes on to the profile of the project also. Like if you have a Rahul Dravid, then it is assumed subconsciously and psychologically by the visualizer of that communication that this is rock solid, this is good, this is dependable, you know. Those kind of emotions come out of your decision-making abilities. A brand ambassador definitely works well provided you strategize it right and you don't compromise on the quality of the product just because you have a brand ambassador.
Properties and everything. So what is the future of the affordable housing other than the SRAs?
Per square feet is affordable. That is not the definition of affordable. Luxury is also a very subjective term. If my budget is 50,000 rupees a square feet, 75,000 is a luxury. If somebody's budget is 20,000 rupees a square feet, 30,000 rupees is a luxury. Similarly, affordable housing means what? Suppose the rate in Bandra is 75,000 rupees. Somebody launches it at 50,000 rupees, it is considered as affordable housing. It is not necessary that affordable housing needs to happen in Mira Road or Nayagaon or Kalyan Dombivli or Panvel. So these are all very relative and subjective terms. Every station that we know of, since Bombay is known by the railway stations, every railway station has luxury properties and affordable properties. Now affordable also happens in two other terms. One is by the size, one is by the price. Some people make such small bedrooms that either you can make a wardrobe or you can make a bed. You can't make both. That is the size of the bedroom. The bathrooms are such that, you know, you really need to figure out whether it is a bathroom. So they make it compact. That is called the ticket size affordable segment. And then there are people who make it affordable even in terms of per square feet price points. So affordable is a very subjective and a relative term. People take it differently in different ways, and affordable is here to stay. So these are the box prices, right? 2 BHK 2 crore mein, 3 BHK 3 crore mein. That kind of system has also started where they are not calculating it on the per square feet basis. So these are all gimmicks that are being played by smart financial brains working in the real estate sector.
Villa housing, vacation homes is suddenly the flavor. You've been doing this for a long time. You know, what are the buying behaviors? What are the trends you are observing? Because now every developer virtually wants to dabble on this market, which was suddenly a lull before the pandemic. But the way it has picked up, plotted developments, you know, even without putting up a villa, people are, you know, rushing to buy, and a lot of prominent developers are entering that space. So what are your observations around that space?
Motorable holidays are the new flavor of the day, where people don't want to catch a train or a bus or a flight. They just want to get into their car, and within 2 to 3 hours of traveling distance from Mumbai, they want to go and enjoy holidays in the wilderness, in the open zones, in villas, in bungalows, independent bungalows, etc. So today you can own a bungalow and enjoy it yourself, and at the times when you are not using it, that villa becomes a earning member of the family, where you start having people who are professionally managing your villas and generating rental returns for you. Now the returns are so good that many a times the returns per month exceed the EMI that you need to pay for that particular villa. So that's interesting. In real estate, any opportunity where you can own the land is a lottery for your next generation. Because what is a villa today, 20 years down the line, it will get into a vertical development where all the plot owners will get rich dividends for the land that they own. Like 45 years back, 50 years back, nobody thought that Jew would be the Jew it is today. So people who bought for 45 to 60,000 rupees, a 1,000-yard plot with a 1,200 square feet structure, they encashed it anywhere between 20 crores to 80 crores on that 1,000 square meters or 1,000 square yards of plots. So that's the kind of wealth a house with land can achieve in comparison to an apartment or in comparison to any other format of real estate.